Yep. And we're on
We're on.
now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another episode of the Manhood Tree Podcast. I am your host, Abdul-Rahmaan I, and my co-host with the mostest, right across from me,
Alonzo Beckett.
Tonight we have two very special guests. This is our first episode of 2024.
It's the Kolbe year.
It's a Kolbe year. For anybody that's paying attention, 2024, this is a Kolbe year. To my right, I have young
Matt with a dream.
Matt. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's great to be invited back.
Yes, and we are so lucky to have over to my left. Who do we got in the building?
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Chef J.
Hey,
one and only Chef J. Okay. Okay. All right. Listen, it's 2024. It's a Mamba year. It's a Kolbe year. So I don't see us online, by the way.
No, we are.
We are. He's a little second behind. He's.
I don't like being behind. so this is. I want you to talk to the people a little bit, Zoe, about why it's a Kolbe year and what is the significance of that. Who did you steal it from? Or did you make it up? I'm sorry. Maybe you made it up yourself. I don't know.
Well, cat's out the bag. You know I stole it. All right. Took it from Brandon Frame. We mentioned him a little. He had texted me a few weeks ago, and he said Happy New Year. I guess he was in, I don't know, some African country he's in right now.
Shout out to Brandon.
Right? Yeah, so he's somewhere right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, prosperity, all this stuff. And it's a Kolbe year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what that means is, it's like my definition of the Mamba mentality, meaning you kind of things you do when people don't see. Like, people do things in front of other people. So Mamba mentality is something that you're gonna do regardless if anyone's looking around you. You're gonna always,
I like that.
You're not doing it because anything other than you want to get to it. You want to accomplish things.
I like that.
So the 2024 year is like, that mentality, whatever it is, you owe it to yourself to be selfish and take care of it.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yep.
So that's basically it. So the Mamba mentality is own what you're supposed to do for this year.
Yeah.
Just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first, and then you can take care of others.
You know what's interesting about that? I'm gonna say this just so everybody knows. When Kolbe was alive, I wasn't that big of a fan.
What?
You're a Knicks fan, though.
I am from the Michael Jordan. I'm like a Michael Jordan fan. I'm from that era, and so when Kolbe was alive, I was kind of like, yeah.
Hey, listen,
I never really got into the Kolbe, Shaq, all of that. I never got into that.
I thought we were going to start off on a positive.
No, I know. Typically, I wouldn't even say this. I could have just covered it up. I was just gonna hide it. But since he passed away, I mean, after his basketball career, I feel like he's become greater since he finished playing basketball.
Yeah, and that's what kind of puts him in a different stratosphere as well, is that his impact on the game just isn't on the court. It's mentality, right? When you start talking about the Mamba mentality, then people who follow Jordan, people who follow LeBron, people who follow whoever comes around before or after,
right?
They can find something in the Mamba mentality to drive them to greatness. And so that's why I think the conversation about Kolbe being the greatest or one of the greatest, he has this other element that nobody else has, which is his persona is actually what is driving him to be. A lot of people find him to be one or two, and that is his persona.
Probably two.
Yeah, I mean, he came from the Jordan era.
I think the thing about Kolbe, though, that's so beautiful is when you look at where he comes from to who he is today. Well,
in our minds, how we see him.
Yeah.
The thing that's so beautiful about Kolbe is he was not that great. It's not like he was freakishly athletic. It's not like he could jump super high. But he just learned how to master skills. And I think that gives so much hope to people because it shows them that if you really do tap into the Mamba mentality, you don't need to be great in order for you to be great.
Well, it's basically saying, I'm going to go work out when nobody else is working out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do, when you finish practice, I'm just getting started with practice.
You know how he figured it out? He figured out he see everyone coming to the gym. say everyone got in the gym at 5,
right,
and they worked out for 3 hours, and then they went whatever and did whatever.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, they worked out for 3 hours." But if I come in at 2 hours early every day and leave 2 hours later, I'm getting an extra day.
right.
Yeah.
So if I do it over a year, I'm getting an extra year. I'm getting extra. Then that's how I calculate. He's like, man,
Yeah, it makes sense.
And he was finding out. I think I remember seeing that clip, and he was finding out that he could put in 3 workouts a day, where everybody else was just putting in 2.
Right.
And he said it doesn't after 4 or 5 years of doing that, it doesn't matter what you're doing over the summer.
Right.
It doesn't matter what his competition is doing over the summer. You're never going to catch up.
So it sounds like you can apply that to anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you want to be great, you got to just put in more work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another thing that was crazy about Kobe is Kevin Hart had an interview and he said that he saw Kobe play in one tournament and Kobe only used his left hand the entire tournament. Wow. He only used his left hand for layups. He only used his left hand for dribbles.
Yeah.
He shot with his left hand. And Kobe just knew, if I continue to work on my weaknesses, that'll make me better.
Right. I feel like that's a really good fatherhood message too. I just feel like, as we get into it, I don't know what these gentlemen are going to lead us, but I think, I'll start to pre-answer and say the Mamba year should be the year of hard work.
I like it.
It should be the year where you just sort of get it done. You put your head down and you get it done.
I like it.
And that's the message I know for my sons is, the magic. I don't know if anybody's heard it, but the magic that you're seeking is hiding in the work that you're avoiding.
I've seen that.
So speaking of what you just said, Matt. So then, with that in mind, what weakness are you working on this year? What's going to be one of the areas that you're going to? What's your left hand for 2024 that you're going to go ahead and put some extra work in? Anybody could jump on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I spoke to started with Demetrius.
Yeah.
Like we're speaking about the black community and financial literacy and how we grew up. And so like money's always a funny thing to the black family. It's funny around money, like how to ask for it, how to borrow, whatever.
Right.
So I was like, I never used credit. Right. So I wonder what my credit score is when Demetrius here.
Right.
So I went through and looked at it. It's pretty good. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, he was explaining
785. I didn't say that was mine, but it's
mine's about 700.
Okay, that's good. That's not a bad.
But the problem is, he was saying like you don't really have any credit.
Right. You got to build your credit.
Right. So it's like they look at it like you don't know, you can't manage enough money for them to give you credit, even though you have whatever. So in this year, I'm just trying to those are my weaknesses. Like I know everything there is to know about what I do. Right. But with other things, I kind of dibble and dabble instead of like tackling it because I think it's important.
Yeah.
Because I want to buy some I want to do some other things, so I need to just tackle that.
Yep.
Even though to me it's not exciting, none of that. I need to just tackle those things. I call it
so,
like a dose.
So you're getting serious about your financial literacy this year.
Yeah,
you're gonna take some more interest. All right, Matt. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, for me, everyone knows that fear is my Achilles heel.
Fear
that's another pun on Kobe.
Okay. Achilles heel.
Yeah, so I just fear in general. I don't know. It's just, and one of the ways that fear manifests in my life is through avoidance.
Okay.
So whenever things start getting scary for me, whether scary good or scary bad, I start to find every which way to avoid doing things.
Wow.
So I want to take on the mentality this year is like, just do it while it's right in front of me.
Do it.
Wow.
And not let things go, because then it just makes it way harder.
You know what's interesting, Matt? Ever since I was a kid, like a teenager, I always had anytime I was scared of something, and I'm scared sometimes, right? I always forced myself to face my fear. That's been like one of my things. It's like I refuse to be in that feeling. I don't like being scared.
Right, yeah.
So instead of being like avoiding it, I would just be like, well, I guess I gotta go jump off this cliff. And that was like my whole thing for, being a dream chaser and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of times fear holds us back. It doesn't allow for us to do so. So I'm happy you're taking that on this year.
Absolutely.
Face fear straight on. All right, Chef Jay, what you got?
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit. If you took the left hand, I'm gonna take the right hand.
Yep.
On this one, my goal is to be uncomfortable.
Okay.
My goal is to.
I like that. I sound very good, by the way. Keep me there.
Go ahead. my goal is to remain uncomfortable. What I mean when I say that is, the truly successful people, the people who are doing truly profound things, they've learned to be uncomfortable for longer. usually the longer you can be uncomfortable, the more profound the solution or the industry disruption that is going to emanate from you. So if for an example would be, if I say I'm cold, right?
Yep.
And I see the windows open, I just don't want a jacket because I immediately don't want to be cold. I want that immediate gratification of getting past this uncomfortable feeling of being cold.
Right.
However, if I was willing to be cold for a little bit longer, maybe I would close the window. Maybe I would go downstairs and realize that there was something up with the furnace, or somebody did there was some other reason that could be a long-term fix to whatever was making you uncomfortable. And I think as a man, from my left hand here as we speak about what's my left hand here, it's I want to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, check this out. I told my wife this yesterday. My for 2024, what I've decided is I think I've been using like my kidney failure as a crutch. And it's like my like out for anything. I could just be like, I have kidney failure.
It's going to work every time.
It works every time. But yeah, I decided I feel like kidney failure is something that I have, but it doesn't have me. And there are days where I feel perfectly normal. I feel like my normal self. But I still allow kidney failure in the back of my mind to prevent me from working out, from going somewhere. And I just decided, you know what? This year, kidney failure is done. I'm done with it. Whether I get a kidney or don't get a kidney, I don't even care anymore.
Right.
I'm done with it being a crutch where it's like the negative thing that I put up when I don't want to deal. Like, it's just like fear. It's the same thing, but it's like my physicality, and nobody's, like you said, nobody's gonna argue with me. They're gonna, if I say, hey man, I'm just having a tough day, they're just gonna be like, all right, Abdul, hope you get better. No, I'm done with that. On the days I feel like normal, like the way I feel my strength, I'm going all out. And so that's really why, you know, we'll talk about the 156-day challenge a little bit later. But I feel like overall, that's my mindset. I am just gonna be Abdul in full-fledged Abdul every single day this year. I'm not having any crutches this year. That's out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so hard
like
because, like you mentioned, the world will always give you that crutch and justify it, but you have to be the regulator of it. And that's what makes it difficult.
Yes.
Because you got to be able to make a decision like, yo, yeah, the world may allow me to use this in this certain kind of way, but I'm going to go on the other option.
It's a mindset.
Absolutely.
Kidney failure is a physical thing. Like, I physically have kidney failure. But I'm talking about there's days when I go to dialysis, and there's days when I don't go to dialysis. So the days I go to dialysis, realistically, there's a physical barrier for my life. I can't do everything. But I was using it past that. What starts happening is that instead of you just having kidney failure on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, now I got kidney failure Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Tuesdays when I don't want to go to a meeting, on Saturdays when I don't want to go to the gym. It becomes your whole life. Like, hey, I'm just sick. No, man, I'm not doing that no more. I'm taking back control of my life, and I'm just gonna go ahead and live it to 100%, and deal with the consequences, whatever way it falls, because I just don't like the stigma. It's a stigma. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm done with that. I'm done with it.
You can either learn how to live with the crutch or learn how to walk with a limp.
I'm gonna walk with a limp.
and you know what we all need? We all need God. We all
Jesus.
I didn't say Jesus.
Usually say Jesus.
Well, we all need some fellow brothers and maybe a couple of good sisters that can hold us to account.
That's right.
Right? So as we all kind of work on our left hand this year, so to speak, we all need those brothers and maybe even those sisters who know us well enough to say,
Kolbe here.
Yeah, you remember what you said on the show?
Right.
You know, was that just talk or was that for the gram?
It's a challenge.
Right.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. No. It's another challenge. Yeah. But you know what? It's funny. Most people don't even know I have kidney failure. Right? They always, and the people that do see that know that I have it, they're like, man, you look good for somebody with kidney failure. And it's because they don't even know anybody else with kidney failure. I'm the only representative of a kidney failure person. And so with that being the case, yo, I'm gonna be great this year. Watch how great. You guys know how great I used to be when I wasn't sick. So you know how great I was. You know. So look at me. He's looking down laughing. Like, no, you know how great I'm. No, I'm gonna be great this year. It's just what's gonna happen. I'm just letting you know.
What they do with this thing?
All right.
All right.
This is great. We're working. We're in the Kobe mode. We're gonna be strong. We're gonna work out extra. We're gonna do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right. How are you feeling? I'm gonna go to Chef Jay first. This is something, you know, and I want to preface this question.
Okay. All right. I love prefaces.
So you know how sometimes you ask somebody, man, how you feeling? And you just give them an answer.
Yes.
I want everybody to listen to that question. Chef Jay, Zoe, Matt, how are you feeling? Now I want you guys to take a beat and really think about your answer and give me your real answer. How are you feeling tonight, January the 2nd? How are you feeling? 6/21.
Excited.
Okay, I like it.
I'm excited.
Talk about it. Why are you excited? Why are you feeling excited?
It's nothing but opportunity in front of you.
That's right.
Right. And
that's right.
The I'm feeling excited because it's up to me.
Yes.
Right. Success is up to me. Right. When you really boil it down to it, and if we're on the Manhood show, every man should know. It's just up to you. You know, like you can write yourself that check.
Yes.
You can write yourself that check. Anybody can go on their phone and set a schedule. And to bring it back to a Mamba year, or to bring it back to a Kolbe year, remember, did anybody see that clip where Kolbe said that he's not negotiating with himself?
Right.
He said Kolbe was. I love what Kolbe's all about. He said, I set my goals for the summer or for this year, right? And that's it. I signed the contract with myself.
Right.
Right? And so in the morning time, when my body is hurting or my mind is telling me maybe I should scroll on Instagram or maybe I should do this or maybe I should do that, you say, no, it's non-negotiable.
Right.
Right? And that's the exciting part about it, is that every man can really be excited because you have the same 24 hours that anybody else has.
That's right.
And you can be excited because you are still the CEO of your own life. You are an expert at being you.
I like it.
So you can be excited about that, or you can choose to be not excited about that. But I guess in the moment right now at 6/23, January 2nd, 2024,
excitement.
I'm excited because I have an entire year to hold myself to account.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Matt, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling refreshed.
Refreshed.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really laborious semester.
Yeah.
In the fall.
That's a big word, right?
I've been trying to use bigger words around Abdul because he just be dropping big words that I'll be having to Google after our one-on-one. So I've just been,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm feeling refreshed. I had a long semester, and ever since I've been finished, I've just been relaxing. I've just been taking time to just get my mind and my body right.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think that's great is because sometimes we can goal set based off of our burnout.
Right.
And when you are tired and burnt out and are trying to build for the upcoming year, it'll just be based off of the damage and the hurt and the hard work of the year before. So I'm coming into 2024 fully with a fresh slate because I allowed myself to detach from 2023.
So you really relaxed. You really took some time.
Yeah.
You really took some time.
Why do you keep
This is Joe Dumas.
You got to say harden when you throw that.
So tell us about your refreshing routine. Like, what did you do? Because I think that one of the things that men in particular have a hard time doing is not doing something. And to get refreshed after having a very stressful semester, I'm sure you had to take some time where you weren't so busy.
We talked about with Demetrius. He had a book that he had suggested, routines.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff we do, like you don't even realize it's kind of a routine. And I change routines all the time. So like you made yourself a routine, and now you probably, I'm sure at the beginning you didn't like it, and now it's kind of like part of your life, and it's changed your life, right? So like basically speaking on like what routines did you change, and was it hard?
Yeah, no, I think the hardest thing in the beginning was trying to free myself from feeling like I had to be productive,
right,
and understanding that choosing rest is a form of productivity. So my first 3 days was like I kept on like grabbing my laptop and like I gotta do this and I want to do this and I want to do that, and I just kept on having to be like let it go, let it go. But I'm like, but I gotta do this and I gotta do that, let it go. So the first 3 days wasn't really restful because I had to free myself from the guilt that I had for choosing rest. Then after that, it started to get a bit easier. To your point about the routines, I still did try to wake up at 5:30 in the morning as I usually do. Go to the gym. I went to the gym each and every day, but at like 12 o'clock, I'm just like, I'm a little tired. Let me take a nap.
Can I pause you right there?
Yeah.
You remember when you didn't wake up at 5?
Yo, I used to wake up at 10 a.m.
Yo, when I first met Matt, and I'd be like, how sometimes we'll just text each other at like 6 o'clock in the morning for just no reason. I'd be like, Matt, the whole world's on fire. And he'd be like, yawn. He wouldn't respond to me for hours. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm talking to him, and I'm finding out like, I don't get up at that time. And I'm like, yo, Matt. We're like, by the time you get up at 10 o'clock, I've already saved the world once.
I did a bunch of stuff too.
Going out.
And when you talk about the routines, the habits. Have any of you brothers read that book Atomic Habits?
Yes, I did a blink of it. I was just talking about that.
That's the one. You were
talking Atomic Habits, man. There was something he said in there that really stuck with me. He said, "You will rise or fall you will always fall to the level of your habits."
That's right.
You always fall to the level of your habits, and those habits, a lot of times, they take you out of your comfort zone.
That's right. So I just wanted to jump in and say you've made a lot of growth in the last few years. So at 5:30, that's perfect. Go ahead.
That's a good time.
That's a good time to get up.
That is a good time to get up, man.
Yeah. So then after that, it really just came down to just feeling my flow. Like after I got past that guilt period, it was easy. Now it's just like, what do you want to do? So if it's 12 o'clock, and usually on days where I'm grinding, I'm like, nah, you got to push. Yeah. I'm like, my body's a little tired. Let me take a little nap. Ooh. No alarm. Right. Let me just take a nap and let's see what time I wake up. Wake up, reading. I was, reading a book during my break, watching movies and documentaries, as I mentioned to you. Yep. Going on walks. So still very active and, and also just trying to take time from some of the parts of my routine that I attributed to productivity. So, for example, one thing that I would always do before is journal because that would help me to be centered enough to be able to work. But I had to take time away from journaling because that would get me back in work mode. Right. Because I would not start a work day until I journaled. Yeah. So certain parts of my routine I actually had to let go of because of the relationship I had with them as well.
I like it.
Yeah, that's really nice, man.
Alonzo, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling free. I feel free.
Feel free?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Because I can do anything I wanted to.
It's a good feeling.
It's crazy.
I can travel, leave, and like you said, I tell you I go to the gym all the time. Yeah. And I feel guilty when I don't go. I'll just go.
It's part of your routine.
And I'll try to stop, and I tell myself too, like I work, and I have talks to myself like, I do enough. I'm always doing. So I can take a day off. And I didn't edit for like 3-4 days. I felt crazy. Watching TV, but then I would watch movies and watch the doc and how do they shoot it? So it's like a constant going. Yeah. But I feel free in the fact that I get there's a lot of possibilities. I can do whatever I want. And, like every day, like people call from all over to do different things. It has nothing to do with me, but it gets me excited to work with them because they're excited about it. Right. So we'll do something. So like every day, I'm not tied down to anything. I can say no.
You could say no.
I could not do something. You know what I mean? So I just like that, and I don't never not want to be that. So that's the fear too. Like I'm never. So I'll get up every morning, go to the gym, go to the office, stay there too. Even if I don't have nothing to do, in my head I'm like, there's always something to do.
There's always something.
Right. So and that's the fear part. Like if I stop that, I'm gonna be broke again. I'm gonna be back in. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be from whence I came, so to speak. So so I want to maintain free, maintain feeling the freedom of being able to travel and do all these things and work on projects that I think are exciting and other people think are exciting. So.
I love it.
So I feel we use excited, right? Yeah. I'm gonna say motivated.
You can use it too.
No, I'm gonna say motivated. Okay. I feel like this year something big is gonna happen. I feel like I feel motivated with the idea that similar to what you just said about, like, I'm in kind of control of what's going to happen. And so it's like, what is the output I'm going to do? Like today, I had a very powerful day. I was off all last week. I don't usually take a week off from work, but I took all last week off. But I came in today and I met with all of the supervisors, and it was so good to get like that information and have the vision. Like, I know what the vision is for 2024. Right. And so I was just dropping vision on people today, like, bow, you didn't know that? Boom, we're gonna do this. Bam, we're gonna do that. And so it was very empowering and exciting to get the first day of the year out the way, get the day moving. I also say, in the back of my mind today, you know, today was the day 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, that my father passed away.
Wow.
And it's interesting. The longer it goes, I for some reason I made it a different day. And when my mother told me this morning, you know, she was like, "It's today." And then I remember, you know, you go back to that very moment, and then I was kind of like, "Yeah, it was today." But I don't feel as sad as I usually feel. And I don't know if that's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like now I'm in a different phase of life, and it's like, he's gone, but when I think about him, I don't think about his death. I think about his life. And I feel like that's better than thinking about the sad stuff. So, all right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, all right.
So we started, the last time Matt was here, we started a new, what do you want to call that?
Our meditation minutes.
Yeah, we started the meditation minute.
Meditation minute.
And I felt like it was good. We've been doing it ever since. And since Matt's back, I'm sure he has a meditation for us. Oh, Chef Jay, were you going to do it?
Yeah, he got
I can do a meditation if you want to do a meditation.
You got a minute. You can do whatever you want.
All right.
All right, so Chef Jay.
We got the graphic up. They're ready.
All right.
Chef Jay is going to lead us in a meditation. So everybody that's watching, just do whatever Chef Jay tells you to do.
All right. So what I need you to do right now is I need you to close your eyes. And I just need you to put your feet evenly on the floor, maybe about shoulder width apart, whether you're sitting or you're standing. And I want you to put your palms face down on your knees. Just rest them. And take a deep breath in for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. We're going to hold it for a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to release for a 3 count. 2, 3. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3. And release. 2, 3. Now, we're going to inject us a little bit of energy. And the way that you do this in Kriya Yoga is you tighten your hands. I want you to ball a fist. Don't hurt yourself, but I just want you to ball a fist. And I want you to hold it for 5 seconds. Kind of squeeze where you can feel the tension in your palm and on your knuckles. 3, 4, 5. And I want you to release your palm. Release your fist, and you'll feel that kind of rush of cool energy kind of flowing back up into your arm. We're going to do that one more time. And we're going to clench our fist. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to release. Now, what I want to do now at the end of this is I want to connect the relaxation and the grounding nature of our breathing with the energy and the life-giving energy of sort of that potential energy turning into kinetic energy when you ball your fist and you release it. So what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to ball their fist and inhale for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're just going to hold it there for 3, 2, 3. Now release everything. And that has been 1 minute of mindfulness and grounding with Chef Jay, MBA.
All right, that was a good one.
That was good.
All right, shout out to Chef Jay.
That was great.
All right, Chef J.
NBA. Sounds dope, right?
Next week on NBC. What's Chef J gonna cook? Who is he gonna help with their financial lives? So it's gonna be you. So
I'm happy to.
So it's 2024. I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about some of your plans for any video this year. I don't know if everybody knows. Why don't you tell people a little bit about any video, what you do, and what are some of your plans for this year?
Well, we at any video. We do video production company. We specialize in currently we do documentaries, weddings, corporate videos, spec ads, anything video.
You're coming out with some new shows, I heard.
Yeah, we're gonna have got to work on some Manhood stuff. So well, this year in the past, in 2018, we started the network, the Facebook network.
Yeah.
Had over 25 different shows that went on the network. Once Facebook allowed you to like put shows and content on there, since he has so much content, threw it all on there. So since that has been going well, started doing documentaries. The one that's coming out this year is called Duncan Hines.
Oh, yeah.
The story of Carlton Hines.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Born in Melrose, Bronx. Shout out to Bronx, right? Bronx, yeah. Well, we know Mac can still do that.
Hey, you still got it.
All right. So he's from the South Bronx, Melrose Projects. He played in 88, 89, was going to Syracuse. He was a top sophomore in the nation. Him and Kenny Anderson 1 and 2. The Doc has Kenny Anderson on it, Rod Strickland, Calhoun, Bobby Crimmins. We go get Fat Joe at the end of this month.
Wow. Okay.
To top it off, nice. He went with him. Played. They all went to school with Dame Dash. They're all on it.
Right.
So it's 95% done. I'll send it to you so you can watch it. It's 95% done. It's got to add a little things, some things to it.
Yeah.
Add some things to it, and yeah, she's ready to go, man.
Should I get a copy?
She's ready to go.
That sounds great.
Got some distributors coming out.
Yeah.
Could be a
big deal, right?
Could be a lot of
That sounds great.
So that
sounds great.
I wish you great success with that because it like it's the same mindset, right? If that one goes well, it leads to the next one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the next one. Mm-hmm. And so it's always the next one. We're always playing for the next one.
Absolutely.
So that's it.
All right. What about you, Matt? Let's talk about the Dream Support Network. Is that the thing you want to talk about, or is there something else you want to talk about?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
What's your plans? What's going on in 2024?
So we have 2 Dream Chaser Academies that we will be launching.
Yes.
Hopefully by February. It'll be up and running and ready to go.
Tell us a little bit about what the Dream Chaser Academy entails and what role Abdul will be playing in that.
Any videos.
What can we do this year?
Oh, absolutely. So the Dream Chaser Academy is a 15-week. It's 15 weeks long. Yep. And it's broken up into 3 different segments. So first you have introduction to dream chasing, then you have skill acquisition and development, and then you have some personal development and social emotional learning. So in the first few sessions, what we are going to be doing is, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I was struggling. I was
hearing, I didn't know where it was coming from.
It was a lot. Okay, so the first few sessions are really wrapped around getting people to talk the Dream Chaser language, getting them to think about and envision what their dreams are, and really begin to see themselves as a Dream Chaser. Right. One of the unique things about the Dream Chaser Academy is that every workshop and every classroom lecture, whether we bring someone in or whatever, has a coinciding experience out in the community. Nice. So that real time what you're learning in the classroom, you get to apply out in the real world. So some of the cool things that we'll be doing is all of the young men will get their very own suits that will be tailored to them.
Wow.
They'll also learn about the art of suits and learn about the versatility of suits and learn how to be able to walk into these white corporate spaces and be able to communicate how you want your suit to look.
Or black corporate spaces, because if they come in my office, I want them to come communicate with me well, too.
Oh, no, but I'm just saying, like, when you think about suits overall, it is a white corporate kind of space. Getting I mean, you have like a million suits, but a young...
And I don't wear them for white people.
But I remember the first time I got my own suit, it was like extremely intimidating because you don't really understand the language. You can't talk the talk. Right. So you get to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Some other cool things that we'll do is an etiquette workshop where you learn how to carry yourself at a dinner table. At the end of the workshop, you'll get a fine dining experience. I've taken groups to either Max Downtown at a private room or Capitol Grill. and they get to order whatever they
Excellent.
want. And sometimes it's a little nerve wracking because
I agree.
they be going crazy. Like the last bill was $1,000, and I was like, yo, y'all are like hungry. You ate with my group of students. They hungry.
The capital prep kids?
Yeah,
they get it in.
Nah, they learned early on in the program that we had a nice budget, so they just stopped.
I'll take an appetizer.
Yeah. So in addition to that, some other cool things. I took a group to New York City. They were able to go to Wall Street and get the full Wall Street experience at Bank of America.
Magnificent.
Talking to corporate executives. Mm-hmm. Funny story, and I'll stop here. I'm talking a lot.
That's okay.
You know how we always talk about elevator pitches and how important that is?
Yes.
So the crazy thing is, right when we were getting ready to get on the elevator at Bank of America, there was this guy who started asking us questions about our program. So here I am, just answering them, and we having a full-blown conversation in the elevator.
Right.
When we get off the elevator, I ask him for his contact information. My boy's like, oh, I got you. Don't worry about it. And in my head, I'm like, yo, like, why are you acting like that? Yeah. And he was like, yo, you don't even realize you just spoke to the number 2 for Bank of America International.
Wow.
Like the entire company. He said he's never seen him in person, like in an elevator like that. And I literally had a full-blown conversation. Right. And that was just great because my students were able to see, like, yo, like this is real life. And it works and it's serious. That's what the program is. You learn a lot about dreams and dream chasing and the skills that goes along with it, but then you also get the opportunities to put your money where your mouth is.
Powerful stuff. I like it.
I like amazing.
All right. Chef Jay.
Yes, sir.
Got a book coming out.
It's out. It's out, ain't it?
It's already out?
The digital version of the book is out globally. Yes.
Delicious in the Diaspora.
Yes.
Talk about it though. Okay, so what does that mean? What is the book's out, but what does it mean? Tell us what's in there.
So Delicious in the Diaspora, if you get the holiday version, which is still available for I believe another week, you're gonna get three things primarily in the book. And I'll talk briefly about the book just really quick.
Yeah.
The book is Delicious in the Diaspora is all about the African diaspora. And I say you're going to get 3 main things from this book. Mm-hmm. One, you're going to get a broader understanding of what the African diaspora really is. Mm-hmm. And that it also not only does it flow in a Western way from Western Africa, Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, westerly over where the enslaved Africans went. But it also goes east. It goes east up from Sudan, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, up to India, right to the west coast of India, where there are lots of African heritage markers, where people don't even realize that that's also part of the African diaspora.
Right.
Spain is part of the African diaspora.
That's right.
Right, and so you're gonna get
the Moors. We talk about the Moors.
Yeah. So you're gonna get a broadening of the understanding of what the African diaspora is. It's a toe dip because obviously it's a very big topic.
Yes.
The first chapter is all plant based. It's completely plant based, and I use that. It's called Plant Based Basics, and the first chapter teaches you how to make vegan butter, vegan cheese, vegan mayonnaise, vegan this, anything that you have in your refrigerator right now that is dairy based that you want to get away from for the inflammation reasons or maybe for other reasons. Right. You can go into my book and find the plant based version of it in chapter 1.
Right.
And there's 30 or 40 recipes, all plant based, all designed to get you past dairy. Mm-hmm. The second chapter is called Delicious in the Diaspora. These are all diasporal recipes. Mm-hmm. These are recipes from all over the African diaspora, including India. And we do I even show you how to make your own toothpaste out of the neem plant.
Nice.
And biswack for the toothbrush. And then finally, just to kind of show you how big and broad the African diaspora is, I actually study Ayurvedic cooking, which is a form of Indian cooking.
Ayurvedic.
Yes.
I like that word. I just want to throw it out there. Try it out. Go ahead, try it out, man.
Yeah, say Ayurvedic.
Ayurvedic.
There you go. Boom. There you go.
Get a taste of that.
So Ayurvedic is from the Vedas, and it's a practice that is about 4,000 or 5,000 years old.
Yep.
I give you a way to customize your book by understanding what's called your dosha, and you understand kind of like your body constitution and the way that you metabolize food in this ancient Indian / African way of looking at it.
Right.
And I give you the opportunity to kind of take a look into that system, because I've done the research for you, and I've said, okay, well, if you have this type of body constitution, this type of metabolism, right, or metabolizing ability, then these will inflame your gut. These will calm your gut. This will cause inflammation. This will cause maybe some other disturbances. This will calm, right? And it's all scientific in the Ayurvedic medicine. So Ayurvedic principles.
Right.
So that's what you get in the book. But the movement, Delicious in the Diaspora, is more than just recipes, and it's more than just food. It has to be. You can go on a whole bunch of different podcasts. You can get a whole bunch of master classes. Everybody's got a class out or a coaching thing. And what do they give you? They give you food. Right. They teach you how to make the same pasta. They teach you how to make the same thing, right? But it's the same principle. I said, what do people who I grew up with in my neighborhood here, Hartford, Windsor, Bloomfield, New Haven, all the way out to Compton, California, right? What do we need? We need to understand not only the philosophy, but the business of culinary arts. And that's why I was so proud. I had a choice to what did I want to do first? I want to go get my MBA first or my law degree. I want to go get my MBA first. And I have my MBA now. That's why I call myself Chef J MBA, because on Delicious in the Diaspora on the website, you're going to notice later on this year that we're going to launch a series of classes designed to help people start a business in culinary. Nice. And keep a business in culinary.
Nice.
Right? Because you can always start something. It's hard to keep it sometimes. Right. And what we're going to do, we're going to be talking with business owners, not just from America, but from Africa, from the Middle East, all over the African diaspora. We're going to be talking to business owners about their experiences. And they're not going to always be these big, huge millionaires. I have found some really good small business mom and pop shops in Ghana, right, that will blow your mind with how disciplined they are. Their business philosophy. And you're going to be able to go on the website and you're going to be able to get Excel spreadsheets to help you manage your finances in your business, just the beginnings of it, so that you don't get into some trouble. Because some people, they start businesses and they get into a lot of trouble because they don't understand quite how much capex they need. They don't understand the business side of it. So I grew up giving really good recipes, and that's what you'll always get from me. You'll get really great recipes and great flavors and great foods, but I want economic empowerment for the people.
I love it.
So that's what Delicious in the Diaspora is all about.
So when are you getting your law degree?
I'll have it in about another 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you'll be Chef J MBA LAW.
I think it'll be Chef J
RAW.
Chef J JD MBA.
I just sit around just waiting for people. I'm just like sitting, okay. Chef J.
But but it's true. It just had to show growth, man. I remember going to get pots and pans on Amazon. I ordered them when I first became Chef J. And you were around. You remember? Yes. Yeah, you were around when I first became like Chef J. And I started doing this. Right. I went and bought pots and pans and chafing dishes on Amazon just to start selling dishes out of my house. Right. To try to work my way through my bachelor's degree.
Nice.
And so now it's
continuous growth.
Yeah.
Kolbe Year.
Continuous growth.
That's what it's all about. Hey, so it sounds like the three of you have a lot going on this year. A lot of exciting stuff, a lot of new stuff, a lot of continuation of building up stuff. And so that's very exciting. I just want to say quickly, with My People Clinical Services, my ultimate goal this year is I'm trying to get one more program. This year, my goal is to get a program where it separates us in the field. So basically, when you think about this topic, when you think about this need, I want you to think about my people first. That's my big goal for this year. Like now the question becomes, what is that program? I would love it to be something centered around men and fatherhood, but I don't know if that's what the market is asking for, right? So it may not be what I would like, but we're definitely going to figure out something that this year that lifts the My People brand up, and we're going to be doing something a little bit better. One of the things that as an organization, we really have been thinking a lot about not being beholden to the state agencies and being more beholden to the community. And so figuring out how we just become more community-based while at the same time being able to continue to run our business and stuff like that. So that's a big goal for us this year. Yeah. And then with the Manhood Tree, I think we're just going to continue on with what we've been doing. We got our group. We start a group this Thursday at 6 o'clock. I'm going to start a virtual group, the Manhood Tree group.
Nice.
We got our podcast. We're doing that every Tuesday at 6:00. We have our men's health events coming up. I think we have one scheduled for February, but we're gonna do a show as well. Zoe and I are gonna do a show centered around men's health. And we also we downloaded a stress test so that as a part of the men's health event, in addition to doing all the other tests that we do, we want to do a stress test to determine whether or not men need therapy, need other supports. And so we got that going on. And then, of course, the Fatherhood Man Logs, we're going to continue to push that out there. I'm very excited. We brought Matt onto the main group. We have our 4 people. We're going to bring Matt in. And we talked with Zoe about we want to really get a good copy of the show so that we're able to kind of like take it on the road. And our plan next year is to go to at least 6 cities. We want to go to 6 different cities, do the play, and see where we can go from there. So it's pretty exciting. We got a lot of things rolling with the Manhood Tree, my people. Just, stay tuned for all of the organizations, the Dream Support Network, any video, Chef J, NBA, my people, the Manhood Tree, we're moving. And so if you need some support, all of these different organizations, I'm sure, are out there to help you in some kind of way.
Absolutely.
Get involved.
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to switch gears. It's the beginning of the year. And, usually when we talk about our goals, we talk about our goals from a personal standpoint. And so because the Manhood Tree, what we try to focus on is, manhood, fatherhood, brotherhood, relationships, neighborhood, etc. I wanted to know, did you have, Matt, I don't want you to answer this one.
No, that was going to be my goal.
I don't want you to answer this one yet.
No.
What is your goal, your fatherhood goal for 2024? We're going to go to Zoe first.
I got a fatherhood goal for
No, don't give Matt any fatherhood goals. We want to keep Matt unfatherhood for the time being.
Fatherhood, still in the process of trying to find out what my son wants to do.
Life after high school.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out what he wants to do. So I'm like, hey man, give me a list.
Yep.
I don't,
What's he leaning towards? Is he leaning towards college? What are you thinking right now?
Okay. We had a great talk the other day.
Okay.
Well, we had a great talk. All right, this is living room here. So we had a great talk. This is what we're talking. Right. So I told him, so he's like, so I was like, you gotta, mom said you may not want to go to school. It's fine, man. So it's fine. I said, I told you, you turn 18. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna raise you to 18. After that, we're gonna give you some advice. And after that, you're on your own. You're 18.
Right.
So the advice I can give you is that if you don't go to college, man, you got to get a job. I'll tell you what the bills are. You can pick the ones you want to pay. Because you're going to stay. You can get 40 hours. You got nothing else to do. So just, you want to be an adult, you can be an adult right away.
Right.
They've been doing that for years.
Yes.
But if you want to go to college, you can go to college, man. I was like, yeah, because your cell bill's going off in 18 too. I ain't paying that no more.
Oh, wow.
So you're 18, you got to get a job to pay that. That's like $100 a month.
Yeah.
Listen, when you go to college, take care of that cell bill. That's nothing.
Right.
You in school.
Yeah.
Don't worry about nothing. I'll take care of you. If you want to go to school because you're trying to do something.
Yes.
I can help you do that. But if you want to be an adult, which is very hard,
yes,
you can be.
You can be.
You can be.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So he was thinking like, no, I think I want to go to college. I'm like, yeah, great choice. So now we can look at the options. So, I didn't pressure him like, let's talk now. So, well, tomorrow let's talk. Give me a list of things.
Yeah.
No pressure. Like, so in the morning, I'm like, you got a list? It's like, I'm working on it.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do? You should have him sit down with some of the people that we know who are in different places. Like on Sunday, I was talking to Duncan, who he's the CEO of Capital Community College. A lot of people don't like community college for some reason, right? They think, but he might be able to get a great deal at a community college.
Yes.
So that's included in it, that he could go to community college.
I want him to go to Eastern because I went there and I know everybody there.
Right.
I know people there now.
You got connects at Eastern, right?
Right. So you can just go in there. It's like, hey man, you can just go there and everyone's and you're 20 minutes from home and you get all the warmth from home and you can come back if you need to. You got support.
Yes.
And then if you end up liking it or whatever, I just want him to go to college for the social part. You got to be able to meet people. You can't, you got to be able to be in a room and without me.
Yes.
And be able to talk to people. Hey, how you doing? I'm aligned. Speak your part, speak your mind or whatever. Right. He can do that with me. I see him do it, but I don't know if he can do it without me.
Right.
I don't know how he moves without me. Does he not say anything? Because the only time when he walks in the room, he just by himself. So I'm thinking, you doing this without me?
He's in the room right now.
Right. He just doesn't say anything. So it's like I just want to get some type of some social
interaction.
Yes, some social interaction. Meet some different people. And then I can kind of because I have no idea. I'm sure I have no idea what kind of man. I'm just gonna be. He's a good kid. He's a great kid.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do anything wrong. Like I was horrible compared to him.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be a good person.
Right.
But I don't know what type of like his career. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like you have an idea. Adi could be a football player, right? Because he like no. But I'm saying no. But he'll go to college.
He'll be a social worker.
He'll play football. Like this is his interest.
He could. He has a path.
Right. He has an interest. Like I'm going to school because of that.
Right.
I wanted my son to do sports because that made me want to go to college because I'm playing. Everyone's playing. Everyone's going to college. Yeah, I want to go too.
Right.
He didn't have anything like that, so he don't have. No one's going to school.
But the good thing that he has is you.
Yeah.
Because when you went to college and did all those things, you didn't necessarily have anybody sit down and talk to you. No. And so by you having those conversations with him, that's the first step. Now he at least has some options and he has a chance to think about it. So that's some high level fatherhood stuff.
And either way, I'm good because when he's 18, I'm either he's going to get a job and I don't have to pay all the bills anymore,
right?
Or he's going to be out the house and I can have the house myself. So either way, I'm good. I said I'm good either way.
Right?
You can do whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. Even though I want to, I don't want to be in the house. No, please
go to college.
Yeah, go, man.
All right, Chef Jay, what about you? What are your fatherhood goals? You got your two sons there in my office. They've been very quiet, which is good. Oh, yeah. And so what are your goals from a fatherhood standpoint?
So I'm a few years behind where you're at, right? Mm-hmm. So my oldest son is about to go to high school next year, and my younger son is getting ready to go to 8th grade next year. All right, so they're so my fatherhood goal this year is accountability and habit building.
Okay.
I find it's just so important. An undisciplined man is it's really hard to do the things you need to do when you're a man. Mm-hmm. Now that can be anything. I'm not, manhood is sort of like projected onto men in a way in our society, and we have to make sure we're not being we're not playing too much into the mainstream media version of things. But I will say this: an undisciplined man is very hard to. It's very hard to pick himself up. You're always going to get hit. Something's gonna happen. Something is going to occur. The disciplined man can pick himself up.
Right.
The disciplined man knows how to set his schedule, just like you did. Just like you did when you said, "I'm getting up at 5:30." That's a discipline. And I know every time I would get hit, because I've been hit before. I just knew what I had to do.
Yes.
I knew I had to set my alarm clock. Literally set my alarm. I had to say, "Hey Alexa," or "Hey Siri," or "Alexa, set the alarm," and I knew what I had to do. So my fatherhood goal this year is accountability and discipline, habit building.
I like it.
Right, getting up, and just sort of becoming that self-starter. Right now at 7th and 8th grade, and I've been working on them for a long time because everybody knows me. I raised those boys. They were on my hip everywhere I go.
Right.
But now is more important than ever because you're entering that environment where I'm not always going to be able to just walk into the classroom and pull the teacher to the side and say, "Hey, sometimes you just got to let your son take, like you just got to look, man, you owe, right? You owe this assignment. Why did the teacher have to remind you? Why is this assignment? Why did he turn it in? Right? It's that accountability and that habit. And so with the accountability becomes a lot easier when you have habits built in to protect your goal. Because when you step onto the goal, you already read the book. When you step onto the football field, both teams have the same goal.
Right.
They have the same goal. So being goal oriented really doesn't get you anywhere. You have to have the habits, right? Because you fall to the level of your habits. And so my sons, when they come home from school, right, and they go right over here and right over here, right. They come home. The first thing you do is what? You take the phone.
You
do the homework. You put your phone on the kitchen table or somewhere off. Turn it off. Put it down. You do your homework. And I know. And at the end of the night, you have a checklist on your in your room, and that checklist is a habit that you have, and you check it off, and you say this, so that even if you're having a bad day, or something you get hit or something like that with something unexpected, even if you have a bad day, your habits will carry you over the goal line. So that's my goal this year, fatherhood wise, is to instill accountability and habits.
I like it.
Speaking about the sports analogy, my father was one of my coaches. So like the discipline and all that was through sports. So that's like kind of like I didn't have necessarily a dad, but they were, most of them. I had a couple of good ones, but most of them because they thought I was going to be whoever. You know how they do.
They stick with you.
Yeah, stick with you. But it's still like discipline. Right. And then I would get rewarded if I did it. Yeah. And then like as I'm older, I wake up at 5 o'clock, 5:30 because I had to get up and go to. I was in Project Concern. We was bust out. Right. So every morning I got at 5. I hated it. Yeah. But now it's part of my routine. I can't not get up at that time. Right. And I get a lot done because it helped me in life. Yeah. Not even in all the things that when you're young, a lot of things that you don't like in life, that you don't like. You hate, you realize you get older that you needed those things. Yeah. But you need an adult to like tell you because you won't. One of the things you're not going to do it.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm I've been working on being more like a peaceful father. I think that like all of my kids' years, I always, I'm kind of like tough, but I've been trying to be more peaceful. So for my daughters, I try not to give them too much hassle. Then, let their little, my oldest daughter, she's doing her thing. My middle daughter, she's in college now. I told her she's about to go back to school this weekend, and I was telling her I could see her growth. Like the things you were concerned about, is she going to be able to make friends and different things like that? I can see her. She's making friends. She's coming in late. I'm like, wow, she came in pretty late this weekend. But it's like when you're in college, that's what you do. And so how is she able to carry herself? I'm just checking her out. I like it a lot. And then for my son, I think that he's gonna be here, and I think that this is that he's in that 18 months. So your son's graduating, but my son still has 18 months. But we've already started working with him on kind of like helping him become the man that he should be. So like we're already like so we got our event, the Fifth Down, coming up. That's his event. Right. Him and his boy are putting the event together. It's their idea, their concepts. They're talking to different people. And it's like, I think that that's what my job as a father is, to be able to put my son in positions where he can shine, where he can show that he has certain skills, that he can kind of like test himself and push himself. And so I think that's the big thing over these next 18 months is really getting him to the point where he's able to confidently go out in the world. All of them actually, like all of them, be out in the world and be successful in their skin, feel good about it. Yeah. And so, and I think being a little bit more gentle as a father. So that means like more hugs, more I love yous, more peace, not being so critical. Right. Because I feel like it was it's funny like nope, I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna get in trouble.
You get in trouble, man.
I was gonna say. I'm still gonna say it. No, you're not watching my show. But it's like it's like on Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas, but we go to my mother-in-law's house. They go over there, have breakfast, and they always get me a gift or something like that. And it's like whatever gift I get. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it.
Look, let me
let it go. I always get myself in trouble.
You know what?
Just to be funny, I'll say anything.
I'll say this to piggyback off what you said. Also, the benefit of it is of those habits. It shows young men how to chase something too. Yeah. Because what you said was really important. And what you said is you kind of have to be more of a nurturer at some point. Yes. Because just like, and I guess like with public policy, I was always like advocating that it's the job of the job of the state is really to kind of set the conditions for growth, right? That's sort of like a free market type of thing. You have to set the conditions for growth. With our children, when they reach a certain age, you have to set the conditions for growth. Right. Because they're not carbon copies of us, right? They're different people than us, right? Yes. So really, our job. Now, this is what I took from what you said.
Yes. Let's see if you got it right.
Is you set the conditions for growth. You just allow them. You say, okay, and I'll kind of like meld together what we both said. You made a decision that you wanted to do X. This is something that you say is a passion. Do you have the capability? Do you know how to build habits around X to cultivate it? If you say you want to go be a basketball player, you want to go like my sons, they're really into horses. They go over there to Ebony Horsewomen and they have a ball. By the way, shout out to them. They're lovely.
Shout out to Ebony Horsewomen, man.
Yeah.
Give them a clip.
Ebony Horsewomen.
Love those guys.
She was on the show a couple of times. We did
Right.
shows with
They go over there, right? And I say, okay, this is something that you want to do.
Right.
I'm not going to micromanage because I love horses and so does my wife, right? But I say, okay, great. Can you form a habit around that?
Right.
To grow it into something that you are proud of, that you can you do that? So that's what I kind of took. I kind of melded what we just said together because I think that's important for everybody out there to understand is that manhood is about being not only just to make choices, but about also to be able to follow through.
Gotta follow through.
You gotta follow through. And
so when they go over to Ebony Horsewomen, do they get in the stalls and clean them up?
Oh,
they have to do that part. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's not just riding horses.
No,
it's about getting in the stalls, doing the dirty work as well.
They love it. Yeah. They love it, and they get up. They get up early in the morning. On the days where they go, they get up. They're waiting by the car with their boots and their hat, and they're like, "Come on, Dad, let's go."
I signed up for the Ebony Horsewomen too. I went out and I rode the horses. And I was supposed to go the next week and clean the stalls, and I was like, I'm not going.
I did the stalls thing before. I cleaned stalls before.
I was like, you guys are crazy.
It's horrible smell. I don't know how to get the smell.
I love Patricia Kelly though, but I'm not cleaning those.
I can't take this.
Shout out to Keith Gaston though. He's over there cleaning the stalls right now. He's a part of the Manhood tree.
Is that OG?
Yeah,
OG,
that's my man.
Yeah, I know.
He's a part of it. He was one of the first Fatherhood Manalogs.
He fell off. I don't know when he just fell off.
He's at the stalls cleaning them.
I talked to OG.
That's what they call him over there, OG.
Yeah,
right?
when I found out his real name.
Yeah, Keith.
I found out his real name. I've been calling him OG since I was a grown man. I call him OG, right? And I was like,
that's what they call him.
Somebody from that knew him from way back called him and said, "Hey, Keith,
what's up?"
Right? And I looked at him like, Keith.
He likes being called OG. It makes him feel like he's like I'm out here. He called me OG. I was like, yo, chill, B.
He's great with those kids, though, man.
No, he is.
He's great with those kids. They get a lot out of
That's what you're supposed to do when you retire.
Yeah.
Kobe.
He's great. He's great with them.
Nah.
So
shout out to Keith Gaston.
Yeah.
All right. Men's health is community health. I just want to. Did you have the graphic? Did you have the graphic for this?
No.
Yep, no.
Yeah, Men's Health Minute.
No. The one. Our 156-day challenge.
No, I don't have that graphic.
So this year we put out a 156-day challenge. Basically, we're looking for everybody who to agree to work out for at least 30 minutes for 156 days this year.
That's great.
That's it.
The whole year.
Yeah.
Out of the year, so not consecutively.
No.
Out of
the whole year. So that's basically 3 times a week. Now realistically, you could bang out 156 days in 6 months.
Yeah.
You could. But you don't have to. What the challenge is that you just work out for 156 days. Right now, I got 1 day in. I'm 1 day in. You're 2 days in.
Yeah, I'm 2 days.
He's already 2 days in.
I'm 2
You're
days.
2 days in.
One.
You're 1 day in. You're 2 days in.
I'm 3 days in, bro.
It's only 2 days. It's only the second. It's only the second.
It's only the second.
I got my second workout.
No, it's a day.
I got my Kobe.
It's days. It's just days.
I did 3 workouts today. Mama
it's days. No, but this is the thing. Everything we've been talking about is about habits.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if you form a habit of working out, and like if you're a part of this challenge, you're going to be thinking like yesterday, I did my whole workout online. I was on my bike just going 30 minutes on the bike, sweating it up. And it's like, it felt good because, and the only reason I worked out is because people were hitting me up like, I did my workout today. And I was like,
Straight up.
tomorrow. It's the Manhood Tree page.
It's the Manhood Tree. We're in there talking.
So you want people to post it on
Sure.
Sure. We're already talking in there.
When you get in there with your little meal plan,
Put it in
and all
there.
that stuff, throw it in there,
I
buddy.
posted a gym vlog today.
Yeah, make people jealous.
Send it to
Like,
me,
I need
man.
to do mine.
Just send it. Put it. So
Put it
give
in
it to
there.
me so I can put it up. 156
Look
days.
what Matt doing.
Who's
Demetrius
that?
would be all in there too. He'd be like,
Yo, the real challenge is this: who's gonna get to 156 first?
Man.
It'll be me or Demetrius.
Because you guys are gonna work out every day.
I go 5
I go
times.
5
Yeah,
a
but you
week.
can't. Don't worry.
5 a week?
Yeah, me too.
I do 5 a week. So,
Nah, man. Yeah,
I'm my goal.
So
is
it'll
to
be
do
one of
3.
us. I may miss a couple, but it can be one of 3 of us. I do at least
Make
4.
sure you guys just keep posting because it might motivate me. See, like one of the things about me, I'm sneaky competitive.
Yeah, that's
Like I want to, like I won't. I'll be just like in the cut, like, oh, you did 5 this week.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do 6.
yeah.
I say if you want to be competitive, I think you gotta like post your Fitbit.
Now, we see me and Demetrius have to watch this.
I
We
did.
gotta watch it.
I posted my
Apple Watch. That's how we track each
my
other.
little thing on my bike.
Good job, King.
Yep.
At the end of the day, though, it's not like I don't know if I was going at top speed, but I know I did my 30 minutes. I did my 30 minutes, and actually tomorrow morning I'm gonna do my bike and I'm gonna get a little work. Little.
You're not working out tonight?
No, I wasn't planning on it. I was gonna take today off.
It's 30 minutes.
All right, I'll do my.
You already took Monday off.
I didn't. I worked out yesterday.
Okay.
Let's do 30.
But you gotta get 5 in a week.
No, I don't. I only gotta get 3 in a week.
5.
I'm not on what you guys are.
5. Come on.
4. Just do 4.
There's a lot of peer pressure on that.
4.
I'm not doing it. Look at my muscles right there.
Come on. 156 is the benchmark.
150. No, that's my standard.
But he's got kidney failure.
I was warming up.
Yeah, but then
I was warming it up. I was warming it up.
It was coming.
I was like, I have to use it. I have to use it.
But then again, you don't want to get the 156 in, all at once though,
No.
because then can you imagine if working out for 156 days, right? And then you're done by July, and then you just don't work out.
But if no, this is the thing. Anybody that works out gets their 156 in before July,
yeah,
they're not going to stop.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That person is already. That person is already.
You know.
You think somebody could go 6 months of working out
And stop
Yeah.
automatically.
and then stop after that?
You know how hard it is to go to the gym in December? That Thanksgiving to New Year run to go to the gym is super hard.
That's why you get a
I
bike.
think it's harder to go to the gym in the summer than me.
No, I love going to the gym in the summer because it's hot outside, so I go outside in my shorts and my t-shirt.
I don't go to. Why do I have to go to the gym? I got to go.
Oh, he in the
I
house.
can go downstairs.
Not everybody got home gyms like you.
All right, so I don't have a home gym. I got a treadmill. I got a bike.
Sounds like a home gym.
You got a bench.
I got a bench.
Yeah, it sounds like a home gym.
I can't lift it.
Sounds like a home gym.
I was under there the other day, like, oh, damn, wrong, Audi.
So MBA moment.
Yes,
And I know you guys already thought about this. MBA moment.
yes.
You should go get. You should get a Facebook group together that meets every day and get a corporation to sponsor it. You should get somebody to sponsor, almost like a 5K run where you get people to sponsor.
We're doing a 5K run.
We're
We're doing a walk, run, ride on Father's Day. You can join on that too.
Yeah.
Walk, run, ride, Father's Day. You can walk, you can run,
Or you can hide. No, we're not doing
or
hide.
you can ride. No, if you hide,
Yeah, they
yes,
said hide.
hide.
You say
And
hide?
everybody that's hiding, they're gonna be at home. Like, I mean, it's Father's Day. I'm taking the day off. No, we're outside.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and my goal is by June for Father's Day that I'm out there with Demetrius and them doing the run. Because I'll jump on my bike.
How long do they run?
They're up to like half marathons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. My goal is only to be able to run a 5K. That's my personal goal.
Okay.
Because I don't really like riding.
Are you doing this too?
I have a torn ACL, so I either ride or walk.
Off. You do? Well, I tore my ACL. I'm not doing it either. Then I tore
Nah, I
back.
What are you
need a-
down.
I
talking
need a
about? You
surgery.
gotta be in it.
I need a surgery.
You can ride your bike.
I just hate. I do. I run.
You
and
can
stuff.
run a mile.
My knees are. My knees are killed. Yeah, I can run a mile, but my knees be hurting, man. How much I've been.
Suck it up.
I used to be a baller, man. I used to be jumping on the concrete.
Suck up it.
Man.
I might even dunk this year.
All right.
All right, let's be going. We're going too far with this. All right, Matt. We need a 2024 motivation. Give us some of that Matt with a Dream science. Let's give it to the people. Let's get them motivated. What is the topic of your motivation right now? Go.
All right, so my motivation for 2024
Yes.
is quite simple. When you dream big enough, you have to be willing to acknowledge that you will only play a role in your success. That's important
us
for
about
2 reasons.
Uh-huh.
One, if you dream big enough, you have to realize that there are going to be a lot of uncontrollables because there are going to be other people that need to get involved. There are going to be other resources. There are going to be some things that have to align that you have no responsibility or no grasp or no control over.
Right.
And the reason why that is also important is because, secondly, you have to be willing to control your controllables.
I like it.
And the problem with a lot of people is they dream too big, and then they get caught up in the things that they don't have control over, so they just give up on everything entirely.
Give me an example of that.
An example of that is very simple. For instance, right, if I want to have 5 Dream Chaser Academies this year, I have 2 funded already, but I have 3 that aren't funded at all.
Right.
So I have to be able to go out and find 3 funders for this.
Yes.
The problem with that is it's not like I have the bandwidth and the money to just be able to get that money.
Yes.
But I have to be able to go out and, bump elbows with other people, figure out business opportunities with other people
Shake
to get that
and kiss babies.
Yeah, shake hands and kiss babies to be able to get that funded.
Right.
Now, because I don't have the $150K that I would need to be able to do all of that,
Yes.
it could be easy for me to be like, you know what, this dream is just too big, whatever, I'm done.
Right.
Or I could say, you know what, let me downsize my dream to just 2 because I already have the funding for that, so that's easy. But when you say, no, I'm dreaming big enough and I know I just have a role in it, then I'm going to control my controllables.
Yes.
So I'm going to do what I need to do to get in the right rooms.
Okay.
I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I have forward motion. I'm going to do what I need to do to get the content out there.
Right.
So that's my motivation for everyone for 2024.
Yeah.
Dream big enough so that you only play a role
right.
in your success, and then control your controllables, and the things that you can't control, trust that by you doing what you can do and what you should do and what you need to do, all of the other stars will align, your path will align, and everything will work out in your favor.
That was the end of Dave Chappelle's speech last night.
Yeah, it was.
That was what he started talking about.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
The Dreamer, yeah.
He was basically saying that, like, you're doing your part of the dream, right? So you're like in the dream, but somebody else, somebody else, you're a part of their dream.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so it's kind of like we're all connected. And so like it's like you and me, right? When you be succeeding, I'll be like, I'm a part of that too.
Yeah.
From my own standpoint, right? So I look at a lot of my friends like that. Like I feel like I'm a part of what they're doing, even though they're doing it. And so it's like you can only control, like you said, you can only control what you control. I like it. So that's great motivation.
Yeah. And I think the problem with a lot of people is you have 3 types of people. You either have the type of person that just dreams within their own reach because it's easy and it's comfortable, but there's no growth in that. Right? There's no uncomfort, so there's no opportunity for growth, right? Going off the workout tip, right? In order for muscles to grow, there has to be progressive overload. You have to have time under tension in order for your muscles to grow. But a lot of people are just like, you know what? I can do 3 reps easily. Let me just bump out these 3 reps.
Yes.
There's no growth. That's
no growth.
Person number 1.
Yeah.
Person number 2 is, my dream is so big, but then they realize that there's so much that they are not in control of.
Right.
So they just say, you know what? I just give up because it's just too hard.
Too much.
I don't have the direct access to be able to do this, and I don't want to be able to put myself out there to align myself with people to get this thing going.
Right.
Then there's the third person that says, no, because I'm dreaming big enough, I only will play a small role in it. Yeah. And instead of me trying to be the master and in control of everything, I'm just going to be really good with what I'm responsible for and trust that in my obedience to my role, there are going to be other people who have a role in this dream.
They're going to put it in
reality.
They're going to put in on it. Yeah. It happens every day.
That's what I do. I just do my part.
Yeah. So the inspiration behind this was, like I said, watching Giannis's documentary. He wasn't even that good at playing basketball. His brother, Thanasis, was the better basketball player.
He's horrible.
And when his brother got injured, he had an opportunity to be able to play more minutes, and he became the star of the team.
Right.
And he had to seize that opportunity and work really hard.
Yes.
But then it got even more complicated because it came down to him not being able to go to play in Spain because he didn't have any residency in his family. He would have to leave his family. He said no.
Right.
And then he ended up finding an agent. That agent worked with him, and then the agent was able to get him an opportunity at the NBA draft. Right? When you think about that, there were so many external factors that had nothing to do with him. His brother getting injured. Yeah. Him finding an agent that could work with him.
Yeah.
And imagine if he would have said, you know what, there's no way I can make it in the NBA. I'm an illegal immigrant in a foreign country. How am I going to make it to the United States?
Right.
But because he controlled what he was good at, he was able to have those opportunities for him to be able to get to where he is today.
Right. Destiny happens in inches. The destiny is 1 inch this way or 1 inch that way. So you missed your destiny by inches. And so if it's 1 inch this way, all of that stuff happens. If it's 1 inch the other way, none of that stuff happens. And so you just got to go with what your destiny is, and hopefully you're on the right side of it.
That's it.
I like that. I really like that.
I just made that up, by the way. All right. We're getting close to the end of the show. We always end the show with 2 things. Manhood-ish you did this week, and a little brotherly advice. Who would like to take... Chef Jay, you want to go first? Well, manhood-ish you did this week? Or you want to go to Matt? Matt's hot right now.
Matt's on a roll, man. Let Matt go.
He's on
Matt
fire right now.
Roll.
Yeah,
Matt,
I'll go. Some manhood-ish that I did this week.
Yeah.
I let my little brother have the business in private, and then I made him look good in public.
Ooh.
So, in private,
I like it.
In private, I was
that is some manhood-ish.
In private, I was flaming him because, he had this girl that he was getting ready to see. She was coming over for New Year's, and he was real excited about it. So before she came, I was just roasting him. I'm flaming him.
Right.
I'm just, I got to give him that, make him not feel his head is too big.
Right.
Right? We was also playing NBA, and we were playing games and whatnot. I'm cooking him and everything. Because you got to learn how to lose as a grown man.
Right.
And there's a lot of men that don't know how to lose gracefully. So you got to take some L's in order to learn how to lose gracefully.
Right.
And because of that, he was extremely nervous to bring his girlfriend around because he thought the same thing I did in private, I was going to do when his girl came around.
Right.
Once his girl came, I was super calm. I let him do his thing. I was hyping him up. I was making him look good. And to me, that's some manhood-ish. Because you got to be able to, you got to be able to challenge people in private, but in public, you got to be able to boost them up and make them look good.
I like it. So what you got?
Spoke about this. Speaking of my son, that was
a
good conversation.
Yeah, that was good.
That was it. That's it.
That was a great one.
Continue to talk to him and just pour to him. Try to get the light to turn on. So to speak. That's all. So
I love it.
Just that.
Chef Jay, what you got? Manhood-ish.
I think I did very much the same thing that Zoe did. I mean, just talk to the boys.
Yeah.
I brought them into the process a little bit of me writing and me creating. And so I feel like I let them see. They got up in the middle of the night and they saw me still working.
Right.
Right. And I said, no, we don't gotta go back right back to bed. This is what I do. This is my habit. This is actually the time that I'm up. And so I kind of just showed them that I do the same thing I tell you to do.
Right.
Right. And it's gotten me this success. So it's not just something I'm just telling you because I'm telling you, right? Like no. Like, you're in school. Right. I'm in school. Right. You're studying. I study. Right. My phone is on the kitchen table, right where I told you yours is. Yours needs to be, right? So I think the manhood thing that I did this week and probably every week, just like a lot of brothers out there, just continue to be the example. Right. You have to continue to be the example.
My manhood-ish I did this week is I took out the garbage.
I'm proud.
Now you laugh at this, but this is the thing. There's garbage that needs to be taken out that nobody else in the house is going to take out. And I'm the only person in my family that was going to take out this garbage. And I did it. And I didn't complain about it either. I just took out the garbage. I put the garbage where it needed to be. And that was it. I didn't point any fingers. I didn't talk to the person who was supposed to take out the garbage. But sometimes I feel like as a man, there are things that need to get done that nobody else is going to do because they don't see it, because they don't care about it, and they don't see it as their responsibility. And so I took out the garbage.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh,
you made that very deep.
And can I add on that? I also did another thing.
Yeah.
I apologized.
I like that.
He's always, see?
We always apologize.
That's the Demetrius.
I apologize.
Demetrius, I cried.
Yeah. He said no. He didn't say, but he said something deep like that.
Yeah.
I apologize. Like that. You always said something that was
I just apologized. And it wasn't because I was wrong. It was because somebody had to, like you said, somebody had to pick that bag up.
Hey, sometimes you gotta take that out, right?
You have to. Well, in general, yeah, because you have to learn to accept the apology you never got.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure my sons also saw that. Like, son, a man should be the person should be with the other half of the people who bring in the peace, right? Everybody should be trying to bring peace. But if you're the man and you're leading a household, you have to understand that peace is more valuable than being right in a lot of situations. As a leader, not just a leader of a household, but as a leader of a company, leader of a unit. Like, I was in the military for 8. I did Army for 8 years. Leader of soldiers, a company, a household, a family, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta understand that as a man who is in leadership, or a female who is in leadership means that you have to value peace in many circumstances, and it's more important than being right. And I let my sons see, and my sons knew I wasn't necessarily incorrect, but I wanted them to see me jump out there and apologize. And then they had a great day. My wife had a great day. The whole family had a great day, and it all just started by just having by being wealthy enough in patience and in kindness to be able to give that patience and kindness to the moment.
I like it. Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here with a little brotherly advice. Well, this time we're going to come back to you, Chef Jay.
Okay.
A little brotherly advice. And this is just basically some advice you got for the brothers out there. I mean, what would you like to say to them? What do you got? A little brotherly advice. Anything. Any topic.
First, you got to get in the books. You have to get in the books. I'm not necessarily. I am definitely talking about school, but it doesn't have to be all school. Like, there's no substitute for the amount of information that you're gonna have to demonstrate mastery over. Right. Whether you get that in school, which I fully endorse you going to school, going to college, all that stuff. But even if you don't, you're still gonna have to master certain skills and stuff like that. And then two, and I'm definitely gonna keep it brief. If you see a homeless person, somebody who doesn't have food, what do you give them? What do you give them?
2 peace fingers.
I'm gonna go over this. Zo's more constructive. So what do you give somebody if they don't have food?
Food.
What do you give somebody if they don't have clothes?
Clothes.
What do you give somebody if they don't have patience?
Nothing.
You give them patience.
No, I'm not saying.
You give them patience.
Right.
So the goal is you have to not only be wealthy in your pockets, right? Or you have to be secure in your pockets, but you really should. If I'm giving advice to brothers, start looking at wealth as kindness, generosity, patience, peacefulness. You have to be wealthy in those things as well, because you're going to meet somebody who is demonstrating a poverty of them.
Right.
You're going to meet somebody who is demonstrating a poverty of patience, a poverty of kindness, a poverty of peacefulness. And if you're depleted, if you don't have enough wealth in those areas, then you can't give to them. And that's when you get into these moments that are just intractable, right? So the brotherly advice is every morning, just try to meditate or have a peaceful, quiet moment and build up your reserves of peace and kindness and patience, so that you can give to somebody else who may be impoverished in that way, when you go out into the world. So,
All right, Matt, what you got?
My little brotherly advice is just shoot a half-court shot this week.
Talk about it.
I received my grades back from my third semester at Yale, and so far I have 6 A's and 4 A minuses.
Nice.
But I remember I applied right when we got back from Vermont 2 years ago, and I remember when I applied, I was like, I don't really know if I can get in. I had a very tight window to apply, but I just shot the half-court shot right at the buzzer, literally. And look at me now, relishing in the beauty of the half-court shot. So there might be someone out there this week that may have something that seems so out of reach. Just shoot the half-court shot, because it might go in.
Shoot it, man. Shoot it.
Going in all day.
Got it.
Kolbe, and if you miss, you can just pick it up. Or you can just shoot it again.
If you miss, you got to say harden.
Yeah, if you miss, you can just keep shooting. That's the beauty of life.
Kolbe.
Shoot a half-court shot.
That's what's up.
Love it.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Same thing. Habits. Routines.
Yes.
Get one. If you don't have any, if you don't have a plan,
you have
a plan to fail.
You don't have a plan.
Right? You need a
Those
plan. You got a plan.
Those who don't have a plan to fail.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's it. So make a plan, routines. Get some.
You're up, man.
Right, I know you got some hot fire for them. Just go in for like a hot minute.
I'm waiting for the jewel.
All right, listen.
He dropped the pen. You see that?
A little brotherly advice for this week.
Okay.
It's just the beginning. What I would like to see you do this year is I'd like you to give a shot at something that you want to try and fail by the end of February. And I want you to pick it up and give it another shot. This is so early in the year. It's like you could go pretty much try anything you want to do. And so what I would say is fail fast and fail often this year. Give yourself as many opportunities as you can to get in the door as you can.
Okay.
Because this is what it's all about. You know, a lot of you guys listening, if you've listened to this at any point, if you got this deep in the show, a lot of you guys want something out of this world. So a lot of you want something more in your fatherhood. A lot of you want more in your relationship. A lot of you want more in your manhood, your overall manhood. But the thing is that we talked about this earlier. We talked about fear. They're scared to fail. You're scared to just put yourself out there and mess up. You're scared to look bad. You're scared to be outside of the skin, the little mask that you put on every day. And all I'm saying to you is, who cares, man?
Yes, no one cares.
Go out there and fail fast and fail often so you can get to be the person that you really desire to be. But one other thing, maybe you should get around some of the type of people that you want to be. Maybe you're not the person you want to be today, but there are tons of guys out there that you know that are the man that you would like to be. Hey, maybe you ask them to take them out to lunch. Maybe you go spend some time with them. Maybe you go support them. You know, a lot of times dudes have an opportunity to be with all the kind of guys they want, but they'll never go to their event and support them. They'll never walk up and give them a firm handshake. Your sons both gave me firm handshakes when I met them today.
Absolutely.
And you know I judge every man that I meet based off of his handshake.
Absolutely.
I don't care if he's going to 8th grade or 9th grade. I'm still like this. If your sons would have gave me a weak handshake, I would have been thinking about you. Because it's on you.
It's on me. But they gave strong handshakes.
They gave strong handshakes.
That's right.
And so, fail first, fail often. Don't be scared, and give a firm handshake.
Yeah, I got to come back on it because you went twice and you hit him with two, so I got to come back for a second one. My second one is sometimes you are going to go through seasons where you are going to be voided of motivation. Like you're going to be going out trying to watch a video to get motivated, it's not going to hit. You're going to go on social media, try to watch some videos, it's not going to hit. You're going to try to call somebody and it's not going to hit. And in those seasons where no one externally can give you motivation, guess what? That is a sign for you to realize that the only motivation will come is going to be based upon the actions that you take. Sometimes you're not going to be able to find external motivation. And in those seasons where you feel hungry for motivation, it's only going to come if you do some kind of action that is going to lead to some type of success that will motivate you to continue on.
I want to tell you today.
Oh my goodness! We're about to battle now.
To try again. I just want to say to the people out there, all the brothers out there, you know, last year, whatever the idea was, whatever the project was, you were not successful with that idea or project. It's 2024. It's a Kolbe year. Try again. Let's get back in the gym. Put those shots up. It's a Kolbe year. This is a mom. We are putting all the Mamba mentality. It wasn't about Kolbe putting up the shots. It was about making his mind strong, his mind calloused, his mind stronger. And so this is what you got to do this year. Is you've got to get to the point where your mind takes failure like it's nothing. It's like bouncing off you. It doesn't do anything to you. See, last year when you failed, you got depressed, you felt down, you felt things were impossible. But see, that's the difference between like a dream chaser and a regular dude. A dream chaser, when they fail, they just be like, oh, well, maybe there's another way for me to do it. Because there's another way. There's another way to do it. There's another way you got to go. And so what we've got to do this year is callous our minds from the idea of depression, of sadness, of can't do. You got to be like the anti-Kant. I saw Jesse earlier today. You got to be like the anti-Kant. And so, what I'm saying to you out there, callous your mind. You can do anything, and it just may take a little bit longer than you were expecting. All right, guys, we're wrapping up the show because Matt's trying to get in. Give me a round of applause.
I'll go again.
All right, this has been the Manhood Tree Podcast. We'll be back next week. We're going to be exactly at 6 o'clock next week.
Yeah, we're going to do some new stuff.
We got some new stuff coming. We're going to be switching over.
Comment right on them.
I feel very excited about that. But this was a great show. I want to thank Matthew Riveria. And I want to thank Chef J, NBA, for coming on.
Yes, sir.
And as always, give a shout out to Alonzo Beckett. Any video.
Any video.
And I'm Abdul-Rahmaan I. Peace. Never stop dreaming.
Peace.